Welcome back. Yesterday, Kel, we talked with Monica Mangan, and she showed us how to set up a classroom in your home space. Today, we're going to tackle the tech that you'll need in your virtual classroom. Here with everything you need to know, please welcome back to the show, Lance Ulanoff. Lance, good morning, and let's get into it. What's the first step in setting up the tech for the home classroom?
All right, you got to make sure your technology is up to date and reliable. You know, if your laptop looks like this, you may want to get a new one. A Chromebook you can get for $250, which is a good deal. Or maybe they'll be working on a tablet. You know, you can get something small for small hands. They start at $49. Super helpful. You've got to make sure, because if the tech doesn't work, they're not going to learn. And connectivity is critical. This is a router. Make sure it's in the right spot in your house, that the Wi-Fi reaches your child as they're learning. If not, if it isn't good, get a mesh network, get something like an Eero or a Google Wi-Fi. That's going to help you. Also, super important, your kids are learning online. Don't just let them go to Google and try out whatever they want. Don't let them go into the dark corners of the internet. What you want to do is control them, use parental controls. You can set those up in any of your apps, including iOS. You can also get parental control software. Net Nanny and Norton Family work quite well. You know, when you are working with your kids, you don't know all the answers. So you could use, Siri or Google Assistant or Alexa. What's the capital of Montana?
Montana's capital is Helena.
So you've got answers at your fingertips. So don't encourage your kids to do that. You can do it to help them. Also, maybe you've got geography to do. You might use an old school map like that. Probably not. Or you could use Google Maps or Google Earth. And the great thing about Google Earth is that it zooms you right into, it shows you the bodies of water, the land, and the sea. Basically, it's beautiful, it's visual, and it's fun to use to learn. Also, remember, you're not doing this alone. Go onto Facebook and look for homeschooling groups, but remember to look for groups in your area because they will be following the same curriculum as you. Also, if you have to teach your kids something and you can't be there, think about recording a video on your iPhone using iMovie to combine the video with screen grabs, and then you can play this on their laptop, on their iPad, or even stream it to the TV so you can teach them when you can't sit next to them.
Huh, that's great. Those are great tidbits, Lance. Really good.
I'm just
Did you
trying
zoom
to help.
into your apartment? Did we just see your apartment in New York City?
That was
I
our
am
studio.
not in New York City. I'm not in New York City.
That
was your
he
studio.
Zoomed into our studio.
Exactly right.
I knew it looked familiar, but it's been so long. We're going to come back, more tech ideas for the classroom at home right after this with Lance. Stay with me. Hey, Lance, we were just thinking, what apps What apps do you recommend to help kids and their parents with homeschooling?
There are so many educational apps. Let's start with Quizlet, which is basically a flashcard app. You'd make those stack of flashcards. Not anymore. It's all digital. It's a great study tool. You create your own. You can share. There are millions of pre-built ones. There's the image, and you slide the other way. You've got the answer. You can study languages, study math, science. So easy. Let's also think about, you don't want to go to the library right now. Maybe you're not ready. Not a problem. You can read books on an e-reader like Kindle or an Apple Books. But also you can use Libby to check out books for 14 days digitally, the books your children will need. And when they're done reading, it automatically checks back in. You don't have to drive to the library. I was a terrible math student. I love Libby, by the way. I was a terrible math student. I still am. iMathematics, wish I had it. Personal math tutor, 70 math topics. And it's got interactive calculators, starts with hard stuff, easy stuff to hard stuff, great help. English, my favorite thing. You've got Grammaropolis. You can practice saying that. It's fantastic for young kids, young learners, animated music, fun characters. You can start with learning nouns and work your way up to other language parts. Speaking of language, you want to learn a different language? Duolingo. Nothing better for teaching kids how to speak a different language. I'm working on Spanish. Drag and drop the words. See if you got them right. It will also test even how you speak the language. I'm still working on it, by the way. Finally, Tappity, which is K-5 science for kids. Science is tough. This app is fun and easy. Lots of videos. Haley is your host. It's got 100 science topics, 200 lessons. So much fun, so much interactive stuff for what is a very difficult topic for kids.
It's great seeing those apps, Kel. It reminds me, remember when we were kids, Speak and Spell? That's what we use. Remember Speak and Spell?
Yeah, speak and spell.
I
Also,
remember that.
people on social media, if you'd like to check out Grammaropolis, I suggest that you do that as well. Might help you with some of your insults.
Some of
May
your
help them
vocabulary.
land
Your.
better. Yes.
LOL.
Your and your.
Lance, thanks so much for coming on. KellyandRyan.com for
My
all the
pleasure.
tips and so much more. Great job, and we'll talk to you real soon, Lance.
Stay well, guys.
Thanks, Lance. Bye, you too.
All right.